Hi there YouTube, new videos finally. Currently on the build of a Turret Hexacopter FPV platform. So I didn't want to go through the whole building the frame because it's fairly simple, but I will explain in some basic detail how to build the frame because the instructions are, well, pretty bad. So I think the best instructions are visual. So on the frame you have your top plate. Now the top plate has all the shiny plated copper on it, and that's the surface. You'll then notice screws going there, there, and at the top. You'll notice that for the front arms, and in fact for the back arms, there's sort of misaligned screws, and that's because they go to the clips that allow the arms to fold, whereas the side arms are completely different. They've actually got little metal chocks that tighten down onto the arm, and the side arms stay always fixed. It's fairly simple to build, but again the instructions aren't clear. The hardest part was actually the legs. If you notice, you have this orange block, and that's actually what these chocker blocks screw into, but notice there's also screws here, and they aren't screwed in from the bottom, as you notice. You actually need to screw the red thing on before you put this plate on, otherwise it makes life very difficult. Also make sure you put the plate on with the bump on the top rather than on the bottom, otherwise when you tighten the screws you can pull them out of the carbon fibre, destroying your frame. You'll also notice these pieces here. It's again a clip with two carbon fibre pieces, two screws with the slightly elongated heads, and then the arm bolts into that there, and this allows the arm to flex, clip in, and then you clip that to secure the arm in place. Wiring is fairly simple. You route all the wires in through the arms because they're all hollow. You have to be quite careful. I would actually suggest you wire the servo plug and power leads at the same time, because if you do it after fixing the whole thing to the frame, it becomes extremely difficult. So there you have the motor mounts. Now remember, this top frame is actually a circuit board, so remember to solder on your power circuits before you put the plate on, otherwise you won't be able to do that. And you can see the two wires coming for the battery. This plate supports 6 arms. You can use 4 arms if you want for a quad. That's just another option. And the actual mounting onto the end of the arms is fairly simple too. You put these 2 screws in. You don't actually put these 2 in until you've fitted a motor plate, which is one of these. This clamps on, and then you put 4 screws in, but only do put this on once you've mounted your motor to it. I found this isn't actually a very good pre-drilled holes. They're not in the best position, so you will probably end up drilling your own holes. But otherwise, it's a fairly decent frame. I'll get back to you once I've continued building. Just a little update. Motors are now all soldered. Camera mounts has been assembled and mounted. I've improvised a battery holder as well, as Turret doesn't really have one available for 2 cells, so this is a bit simple, but it does the job quite well. Soldered in the main battery connectors, and that's about it at the moment. I'm now just working on the control system, which is the APM 2.6 and a free Sky receiver with its case removed to sort of lighten things. Build update. Electronics are now fitted. That's the flight controller, GPS, wiring, wireless transmitter. Only problem faced at the moment now comes down to the Minim OSD. Now, the biggest reason I dislike them is there's quite a high risk of not working. Unfortunately, I bought 2 and both don't work, so that kind of delays my build because I'm going to have to order more. It's a real shame because The Minim OSD can be great, but so often it just doesn't work, and it really is annoying. Anyway, that's build update. Thanks for watching. Hi there YouTube, another update. So I ordered more more Minim OSDs. So you can see I ordered an original one first, that one died. I ordered a new one, guess what, that one also died. And so I've now ordered a third, totaling a grand lot of money for such a cheap OSD. And finally I have one that actually works. This has been a royal pain in the backside, but finally I have one that is in fact operational. And as you can see, we've got our telemetry info on the screen. Kind of a shame that these die, you know. It's a bit of a waste of electronics. There's nothing I can do with them, and I can't fix them. Not to mention again the fact that they're expensive. But anyway, we now have one that works. I shall be updating again a bit later. Just thought I'd do a quick demonstration of the Minim problem. So as you see here, I have this board connected. So you can notice there's no power on the front, and that's because there is a problem which they tell you to solder these on for. Tried that, didn't work. So if we hold just a second, I will resolder the connectors. There and there. Okay, they're now resoldered. And you can now see that the LED light is on. But guess what? No video still. Okay, so next. In fact, I'll turn the camera so you can see next. I shall connect the other camera. Yeah, battery power for the monitor's gone. Let me just reconnect the monitor's power. As you see, power is on, lights are on. It's even got the connectings. And when I go to plug it in, so out to there, ground to there, guess what? No video from that. Again. So we go to the third one. As you note, it's soldered on the back. Otherwise it's the same as the other ones. Connect that up. Power. Moment I plug in the video leads and the ground. Bam! OSD working. So who knows what the heck is going on with these two. But I tell you now, these I haven't only had 3. I've actually had somewhere in the order of 6, because previous builds they failed. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, my word of advice is if you're going to buy the Minim, expect it to not work. Thank you very much. Bye bye.